Today's the 16th day of September 2017, and on the document our grazing of the Sudan Sudex. So this is the second time through on this, and we had 12,000 pounds each time we came through, and that's more or less 12 cows, and some of my cows will weigh closer to 12, but then I've got some heifers in here that are, you know, less than that. So just a general figure would be around 12,000 pounds, and they get a tenth of an acre, 0.094, so almost a tenth of an acre, usually in the mornings. And so they're on a day move, and they don't do a lot of back grazing on this until I noticed late in the evening, and then they'll go back. But even still, they don't do just a lot. So I want to document. I want to look at. We have a tremendous amount of leaf litter cover on the soil, and so this is not. There's more than the first time through because we stomped it twice now. So there's this grazing cycle, last grazing cycle, and then this field was in this same mix last year. So it was Sudan, Sudex, corn, soybeans, and of course by the time you get to the end of the year, it's only Sudan. The corn doesn't come back and the beans don't come back after going through it like this. But last fall, and there's pictures of that somewhere in the video list too, I didn't get back through it for the last time. I got concerned about prussic acid after the frost, and so rather than to risk anything, I just stayed off of it all winter. Came back in here, no-till drilled right into it, and really got a pretty good stand. I've actually got another patch of this as well, and it didn't come up as nearly as good, and I'm attributing that to I think we trapped more moisture in here. We're in an environment where that shouldn't be an issue, but something happened. Something was different. This is a better piece of soil though. So anyway, so the plan now is, and last night I broadcast seeded 2 pounds of turnips, 50 pounds of oats. Those are just bin run spring oats, and around 75 pounds of cereal rye. And it's been dry, very dry here for about 2 weeks, not a bit of rain. Things are suffering, very little regrowth in the pasture. And I don't know, I wanted to try to walk my seed on into the ground. The seed's pretty firm. It's pretty hard to put a post in out here in spots. Other spots it goes in real easy. On my other piece I did the very same thing a week and a half ago, and then I turned in 202 goats and sheep, and that's from adult ewes down to, you know, this spring's babies. And let's see, if I remember right, that's around 20,000 pounds on almost 3 acres for almost 4 days. So in the other patch, I had a lot of crabgrass volunteer in that, and a lot of just warm season grass weeds that are still pretty good feed for goats and sheep. And they just cleaned it up. They stripped every bit that the cows are leaving on the Sudan here, and it really looked nice when they get done. So going forward, we've got 5 opportunities of rain in the next 7 days, with the highest chance being 50%. So I'm hoping that we'll get enough moisture to get that stuff germinated. Now, I know it's getting a little late for turnips, but I wanted to try. I really like grazing turnips, and probably could have been convinced to take it out. So that mix, or that mix is costing me right around $25 and that would be the seed and my my cost to put it on. Of course, I'm just using an 8N4 and a broadcast seeder, so it's not a big cost thing. I could have rented a drill, but the way the drills work, you got to use 10 acres. It's $10 an acre, $100 minimum. And of course, they bring it and they want it back fairly quickly. And you know, this is a little bit slower process, and I wanted to get it out there as long as I could. So anyway, that's kind of our fall seeding regiment right now. And you know, the goal here, the oats would give me some grazing possibly into December, and the turnips as well. But the main goal and why I'm heavy on cereal rye is I'm really looking for that March, early April pasture that's going to allow me to move my probably my goats and sheep onto here, and hold them off of some of my fescue legume pastures, so that we get a little better growth on those going into the springtime. So that's what we got going on today. It's a beautiful day. Extremely heavy dews. It hasn't been overly warm. We just haven't had any moisture in quite a while.